Want to speak a language? Well, to do that, you gotta practice speaking a language. And one awesome way to do that is with a language tutor that can give you one-on-one support. And one platform that offers that is Italki. Especially if you don't have a regular conversation partner, Italki can really come in handy because it has tutors from all over the world where you can find somebody to practice speaking a language with or to teach you one. And just to mention, I've spoken to dozens of different people on Italki over the past 6 years in 4 languages so far, so I'm here to give you my honest opinion about what I think about the platform and also some few tips on how to use it best. And make sure you stick around to the end because I can give you some tips on how to make sure to find a great tutor for you personally. Hey, Coach Jen here, trying to help you learn a language better and make it more fun. So what's the deal with Italki? All right, so to evaluate how good Italki is, I'm gonna break down 3 main important factors. How good is the selection of tutors on Italki? How good is the availability of the tutors? And can you find a time that works with your schedule? And 3, price. Is it worth it? Also sprinkling in tips along the way. First of all, super important, why even bother using a platform like Italki? 3 quick reasons. Number 1, it's motivational. Even the times that I thought I was not ready to have a full conversation in another language, by the end of the session, I found myself super motivated to keep learning, to learn even more. So it can be really helpful to serve as fuel to inspire you in your language learning journey. Number 2, it's practical. You sign up for a lesson, that means you need to show up, which is really great to think ahead, make a plan, and make sure that you stay on track with your language learning goals. And 3, it's super helpful. Sessions are one-on-one, so a tutor can help you no matter what your level in a safe, supportive environment. And a lot of people find themselves more comfortable talking to a tutor than speaking with native speakers out in the wild. So how good is the selection of tutors on Italki? Let's take a look. So if you come over here under Find a Teacher, you can start searching for tutors for you. First, if you come over here, well, you know, I'm all right on English right now. Let's change the language. As you can see, you can search, and there are a lot of the big hitters, but first of all, oh my, look at all of these languages. Chances are, no matter what language you're trying to learn, there'll be somebody on Italki to help you practice speaking that language. So what are the tutors like? So let's check out Spanish for now. Now, I haven't spoken to all of these individuals, but I can say that overall my experience on Italki has been really positive. Everybody has a different personality, a different teaching style, but all have been helpful, and some it even came to feel like just having a conversation with a good friend. One thing you might notice is there are community tutors and professional teachers. What's the difference? A teacher has gone through formal language training in order to teach that language. A community tutor can still help you learn or practice speaking the language, and it can be helpful to talk to either one. So how easy is it to book a lesson, and are there things available on whatever time of day that you want to learn a language? So once you find a tutor you might want to work with, here's a quick screenshot of their availability, or you can come here for more details. And all of these green boxes means it's a time that they would be able to talk. If you're ready to go ahead, click on book a lesson. Just to note, for some teachers, it sends a message request and they have to accept it, which is a little annoying. However, I do find that most teachers do accept the lesson within 24 hours so you can plan ahead. And hey, a tip, especially if you don't have a clear schedule always or want to talk right now, come over here to lesson time, click on take a lesson now, and then you can take what's called a lightning lesson, which means within 5 minutes, you can start your lesson right there on the spot. Now let's talk about the price. Is it worth it? I found a range of prices on Italki, and this can vary a lot depending on the teacher. To check out prices, you can go over to lesson price, adjust the sliding scale so you can find something, whatever your budget is. And I found overall the prices to be pretty reasonable. Keep in mind, it's an hour of tutoring, one-on-one with just you. So just to mention, to pay for a lesson, Italki has a credit system, which is kind of like loading money on your account. However, you don't have to. You can pay smaller amounts at a time. This is absolutely not sponsored by Italki, but the thing that they do offer is if you use the link below and you get $20 in credits, they throw in an extra $5 for free, which in some cases is enough for a lesson. So if you're interested, check it out. So Italki can be a super helpful platform/app that can help you, language learner, connect to tutors that can help you learn or practice a language in an easy and reasonably priced way. And personally, I've had a really great experience on Italki. I've talked to a bunch of different people on a wide range of topics, on topics I didn't even know I was capable of speaking about in some languages. And they've always been interesting and always been helpful. So how did I find great tutors? Let me share a few tips so you find the right tutor for you. So as an extra bonus section of this video, if you decide to go with Italki, here's some tips and tricks to help you connect with the tutor that's gonna be right for you personally. So let's say you wanna learn French, but you're curious to know what French is like in Canada or Belgium or Haiti or any of a number of countries that speak French. You can do that. So for example, when learning Spanish, there are a lot of countries that speak Spanish. So while working on your Spanish, you could speak to somebody and learn more about a certain country or work on a certain accent, things like that. Oh, and of course, you don't have to search by country. I actually would encourage you to speak to people from all over the world. That's part of what's cool about Italki. At one point, I was heading to Colombia, so let's check out Colombia. And here is where some of those filters can really come in handy. First of all, then you can adjust the lesson price. This is the price for an hour, by the way. And a tip, if your language skills are not advanced yet, that's totally fine. You might want to think about having a tutor that also speaks English or another language that you speak. So if you happen to get stuck, you could ask a question in English and there'd be no problem. From here, this is your first round of finalists. And Italki makes it really easy to get a snapshot of the different tutors. Now, they do have intro videos and it is useful to watch to see what the person is like. However, tip, I would read their intro, which you right here you can do from the page, and you get to know a little bit about the person. For example, this person is from Colombia, living in Hungary, studying visual arts, likes tennis and dancing. All of a sudden, now I have a bigger and better picture of what they're like. I can start thinking about some topics that we could potentially talk about, and you can get a better sense of who they are and if you would vibe with them. So once you find somebody you might want to talk to, click on their profile. You can get some more information about who they are and what they offer, but come down here to the reviews. Now, most of the reviews, just to mention, are gonna be good. However, here's the tip. When you're reading the reviews, your goal is to try to imagine what a class would be like with this person. That's your filter. Try to get a picture of what talking to this person would be like. Really important though, the point is not to scroll through endless options, because what's going to end up happening is you're not going to talk to anybody and then you won't practice that language and you want to get fluent, and I'm trying to help you get there. So don't do that. Now, of course, I don't know all of them personally, but there are a ton of great tutors out there. And in the worst, if you don't vibe with somebody, you talk to somebody else and no big deal. So after using some of the tips that I mentioned earlier and you come down to a couple finalists, ask yourself one question. Does it seem like it would be helpful to talk to this person? That's it. If so, book the lesson, start practicing, because the sooner you start practicing that language, the sooner you can speak it. And that's the point, right? So have you used Italki before? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't, have any questions, stick around for more tips on how to learn a language better, get out in the world and speak, trying to, at least today, right? And happy language learning. Catch you soon.